Once again, it's that time of the year when the usual suspects of video game development release the 15th installment of everybody's favorite franchises, without a single person asking why. But I guess we've all grown accustomed to it at this point, so when Call of Duty Black Ops 4 suddenly started blinking in my Battle.net launcher, I ended up getting it. Because why not? Welcome to Mojo Plays, and this is our review of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Before we continue, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring that bell to get notified about our latest videos. When the first Black Ops came out, it was an edgy Cold War thriller with a passively intriguing single-player campaign. Over the course of the next 8 years, Treyarch developed 2 more games that built up on that story, until this year when Black Ops 4, or Quadruple I, was released explicitly as a multiplayer first-person shooter. The fact that there's no single-player campaign is kind of a big deal. No one really claimed that Call of Duty was the epitome of storytelling, but at least we had some crazy set pieces that made us feel less like random soldiers and more like proper action heroes. We can count at least 10 such crazy moments if you like, by the way. However, that doesn't mean Blops 4 comes without a story. There is, what's the most delicate way to put this? An attempt at a story.
Face it, better be goddamn good. You woke me up.
After you launch the game and are able to decipher how the user interface works and what buttons mean what, you can go into the Specialist HQ. Here, you get to meet the game's 10 specialists. Kinda like operators from Rainbow Six Siege, or the heroes from that other multiplayer shooter game in the Battle.net launcher. The specialists each come with their own unique abilities that make them all very useful in different circumstances. For instance, Crash's special issue weaponry, let's just call it an ultimate, allows him to heal the entire team.
Use Tag 5 to heal and boost the maximum health of your squad members.
While Nomad can summon a goddamn dog that can literally one-hit kill anything.
See, that's Juno's territory now.
The single-player mode in the Specialist HQ serves as a tutorial level, where what's probably an AI version of Sergeant Woods from the previous Black Ops games teaches you how to use your specialists. As you go through the training, you unlock short snippets of videos, which consist mostly of this woman named Savannah, who's apparently the world's first trillionaire, having nightmares.
It is out of your hands now.
She's also related to Mason, who was a protagonist in the previous Black Ops games. Honestly though, this is actually a pretty good way to frame a tutorial level. Everybody needs to learn how to play these different characters, and it's definitely a good idea to do this in a separate single-player mode, instead of throwing people straight into the wolves in multiplayer.
Working that aim, soldier.
Speaking of multiplayer, Black Ops 4 is actually 3 games pretending to be one. You have your standard Call of Duty style multiplayer, where classics such as Team Deathmatch and Free For All return, but we also get new modes like Control and Heist. Then you have the Zombies mode, which is, as always, Left 4 Dead on steroids.
Champions of Wrath are slain!
And lastly, you have Blackout, which is the dreaded, or beloved, depends on who you ask, Battle Royale mode. Let's talk about Blackout first. As a Battle Royale, the gameplay is either really fun or really boring, which exclusively depends on your skill level. In technical terms, however, the game feels very polished. You can equip weapons and armor you find as fast as you can tap the F key, or you can simply put them in your inventory by pressing the G key. Except, if you come from the school of thought where E is the action key, then you might have some issues where you accidentally throw one of your grenades instead of opening a door, thereby completely alerting everyone else in a 100-mile radius that you're there. I also had a few issues where the game completely forgot about my mouse sensitivity setting, which drastically hurt my reaction time and got me killed. The map is rather huge.
Huge.
It has that multiple biomes aesthetic going on, as you would expect from any self-respecting battle royale. You got your rich people houses in the estates, your half-finished building at the construction site, and zombie-filled jump scares galore over at the asylum. Oh yes, there are zombies on this battle royale map. Some people might think that's a pretty cool idea. After all, zombies, right? Who doesn't love shooting zombies? Except, do you know what happens if you shoot your gun in a map where there are 90 other people looking to hunt you down and murder you? You could be saying, oh, well you should have just melee killed that zombie. Or you don't have a whole lot of thinking time when a zombie suddenly jumps out of nowhere in your frickin' face. Speaking of zombies, let's talk about the Zombies mode. We have 2 new campaigns. 9, and Voyage of Despair, which followed the story of Scarlet Rhodes and her 3 allies, Diego, Stanton, and Bruno. In addition to guns, they're armed with 4 mystical weapons: the Chakram of Vengeance, the Hammer of Valhalla, the Scepter of Ra, and the Viper and the Dragon. Hard to believe that this is still Call of Duty we're talking about. As a sort of PvE co-op experience, Zombies mode is definitely more fun if you can't handle all the 360 no-scopes happening over at Blackout or standard multiplayer. As for standard multiplayer, it's still basically the good old Call of Duty formula that wasn't broken in the first place. The biggest difference is the new specialist system. The class you pick certainly matters, and it makes you feel important in a way the older Call of Duties don't. Each specialist has its own niche, which adds a level of strategy to the game. Then again, the main guns of all specialists are pretty lethal to begin with. So if you're a good enough player, then it probably won't matter too much what class you end up picking. If anything, your overkills are going to be much more enjoyable. And if that's something you're looking for, then yeah, Black Ops 4 is your game. We already made a list of 5 reasons why you'll actually like Black Ops 4 elsewhere, and I'm pleased to report that the list holds up. If you want a more mature battle royale that's not PUBG, if you want Call of Duty to go back to its roots but not too far back so we don't end up back in World War II, and if you want zombies, then this game probably will be one of your favorites of 2018. If, however, you're one of the 7 people out there who are playing the annual Call of Duty games for the story, then I'm sorry to announce that that chapter of Call of Duty is closed. For you, there's still the zombies, I guess. Nevertheless, this might be as good a time as any to start getting good. If this is what the future of first-person shooters is like, might as well jump on the bandwagon. Otherwise, just leave an angry comment down below. Check out these other videos from Mojo Plays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.